Hello, I'm Austin, and today I want to talk about Lunacid. Now, I'm gonna say right off the top that this game isn't for everyone. It's strange and confusing at times. Sometimes I find that aspect enthralling, other times it makes my eye twitchy. That said, I still think you should play it. It's a great game to get lost in. It's all about exploration and getting lost to a great soundtrack. I don't have any idea what's happening, but I'm here for it. So exactly like my everyday life. Lunacid is in the style of a classic dungeon crawler inspired by older FromSoft games like Kingsfield. I'll admit, Lunacid is my only real experience with these type of games, but I found it to be an intriguing introduction to the genre. I'd certainly love to play more. You are thrown into a well to die and must explore or fight monsters to escape. It's a very simple premise, but the game is carried by its environment and strange atmosphere. It truly is a survival horror game in some ways. The atmosphere, monster design, and world building is all genuinely terrifying. You can tell it's heavily inspired by FromSoft because I would say the exact same thing about their games, especially Bloodborne. The environment is incredible. It's what kept me engaged throughout the entire experience. I wanted to know what incredible sights awaited me in the next area. From a blood lake to a large castle, everything is full of secrets and I want to uncover them all. Before you start exploring, however, you have to decide what class you want to be. Some of them, like the vampire, offer special effects such as healing through enemy blood. For the most part, however, they just serve as to select your starting stats. Outside of incredible views, exploration is worth it for the cool weapons and items you will find as well. Everything from rings that allow you to cast spells to a variety of melee and ranged weapons. You will use this variety of weapons to slaughter the many strange and dangerous creatures you will encounter throughout your journey. This will let you experience you can use at crystals to level up. You can increase your attack, magic, range, attack, and speed. These crystals will also allow you to fast travel to other crystals you have unlocked and save your game. This is another minor gripe I have. I'm never a huge fan of games where you can only save at particular points. It just means you are one crash, glitch, or just a mistake away from losing a chunk of time and having to replay sections. I highly suggest you increase your magic and speed at least a little bit. Your speed is as slow as a paraplegic grandma, and you need magic to kill all the ghosties floating around. Speaking of magic, I love that all the spells in Lunacid aren't combat focused. Sure, you have your spells to shoot lightning or fire, but you also have ones that allow you to dash for some extra speed, or one of my personal favorites, the ability to build a bridge to reach new areas. Lunacid is almost like a Metroidvania in some ways. As you level up or find new items and spells, you want to revisit previous areas. You may find new weapons or items, but you may also find entirely new areas to explore. This makes exploration even more satisfying, as your reward can be even more exploration. Lunacid is a great game, but it does have its faults. It's time to talk about the combat, because like the default move speed, it's not great. This is me sprinting, by the way. You can, in fact, move slower. For the love of God, go faster! Melee combat in particular suffers. You don't have a way to counterattack, and blocking is very slow. You can't get a swing off and then block an attack. It takes too long. It makes melee combat slow and unsatisfying. Combat just doesn't have a lot going on. There isn't a combo system or a parry system. Just charge your attack until the bar is full and let go for full power. Repeat that over and over until the enemy is dead. It's just slow and unsatisfying. It does the job, but it doesn't do anything more than that. When it comes to melee weapons, I highly suggest you pay attention to reach. Each weapon has a different reach or range of attack, and those with a short reach are very hard to hit enemies with. The hit detection is a bit janky at the best of times, so you're going to want the advantage extra reach brings over, say, the attack speed of a dagger. It doesn't help that you can kind of just stand behind an enemy and wail on them, and they can't do anything about it. Enemies don't really have quick turns, so they will just keep attacking the air in front of them as they slowly turn to face you. Range combat suffers similarly because it's mostly just standing back and shooting arrows. It's just too simple to be engaging. If the enemy you are fighting doesn't have a range option, then it's really only a matter of time until you kill them and win. Magic is slightly better, but that's mostly because you get a variety of visual effects. Outside of that, it works mostly like range attacks, but you have to charge them a bit longer. If you can't handle janky combat, then this game isn't going to be for you. I really hope you can look past it, however. There's an incredible experience here if you can. The world, the environments, the characters, it's all so fascinating. It does more than enough to make up for some lame combat. This also isn't a game for those who require a good story. There technically is a story here. It takes a backseat to everything, but it's there if you dig. Despite the lack of a traditional story, there's still a handful of fun characters to meet and chat with. From a skeleton and demon girl to a crow merchant, not every creepy creature you meet is out to get you. That really adds to the depth and nuance of the world. All you need to know is some old man tossed you into a well and you have to find a way to escape. It's a bit more complicated than that, but don't worry about it. It's a lot like FromSoft's story in that way. The story is simple or complicated as you want to make it. It's really more about lore and world building than traditional story. I really enjoy this form of storytelling. It's part of what makes games like Elden Ring so captivating. The game lets you engage with it on your own terms. It makes finding books or notes about the world and its inhabitants far more satisfying. Lunacid is an odd and imperfect experience. The combat isn't very good, and the story is whatever. That isn't the point though. The point is to get lost, explore, and grow. I had a lot of fun with this game, even with its imperfections. I highly recommend you at least try it. Every game is different. Not all of them need to be these action-packed blockbusters or these narratively gripping tales. It's what makes gaming and art in general so special. If you come at it with an open mind, there's a lot to love about Lunacid. The world is fascinating, the enemy design is incredible, and the atmosphere is top-notch. If you can let go, explore, and get lost, you'll have a wonderful time with Lunacid. Make sure you like and subscribe and go buy Lunacid. Also, let me know in the comments below if you know any other games like it. I'd love to explore this first-person action dungeon crawling genre more. I haven't really played any games like Lunacid before.